Back here at the arena in San Juan for the resumption of play between UE and NU. What an exciting first set, Anne.
That's right. Set 1 statistics, 19 attack points for the Lady Bulldogs, 13 for the Lady Warriors, 2 block points here for the Lady Bulldogs, 1 service ace. But look at the unforced errors again, 11 points versus 4 of the Lady Warriors. So kita natin, no, in the stats that we saw earlier in UE's previous game, ang dami rin nilang errors na naibigay sa Ateneo in that last game. So it was, I guess, the same here in the first set.
National U off to a good start in the second. Pablo was the one.
Off the hands of Pablo.
Went for the kill, but now this time we're tied. It's Bulan from St. Louis College. St. Louis College. Originally. Quintero Sale now. Back set. Pablo. That's a net block.
Attack error. Pablo. 2. Serving 1.
Coach Francis, of course, wants his team to really start strong, minimize their errors as much as they can. Dahil, you know, this is just a preparation, but the real test is, you know, when his team will go up against the likes of LaSalle,
Adamson, LaSalle, UST.
UST.
Byron, very athletic. This girl can go high up. And they have the benefit of a good schedule. UP and UE trying to try to get their bearings here in this tournament, get their legs underneath them, as they say. Steph C with a report from the UE Lady Warriors.
Having lost twice doesn't mean that the season is over for UE. Kaya nga sinabi ni Coach na mahaba pa yan, marami pa ang pwedeng mangyari. And just like today's game, sabi rin niya na mahaba pa ang laban. So as much as possible, he wants the girls to execute good reception and to keep on fighting because a good play will inevitably follow. At this point, the Lady Warriors will attempt to work even harder for this set. The team prepared well and studied their opponent by practicing on their defense and their block coverage. So now Coach Boy needs them to execute and to put more effort. Like he said with regards to the first set, kapag lamang tayo, tatagan nyo yung loob nyo. Natatakot kayo eh. Di tayo mananalo kung di tayo magtatrabaho. Buminan.
Coach Boy also, I guess, in a transition period, inheriting this team, and then maybe, hopefully, looking ahead and recruiting a few players in the coming years. And right now, this is the material he has to work with, and he's making the most out of it. That's a point for UE. Nobody there for National University for coverage.
UE off to a good start. And, you know, it's just a matter of really sustaining the same intensity that they start a set with. First set was good, but towards the end, medyo bumabagal ng konti. This time around, they're starting with good offense.
Salibad keeping that alive. Pablo with the top spin, that drops out. Jazz Reyes now from the side of Coach Francis Vicente.
Thanks, Boom. What Coach Francis repeatedly told the girls is do not underestimate your opponent. Marunong sila maglaro. He reminded them that especially on the second set, they have to start with much more aggression. Their hits. Kailangan todo tayo maglaro, todo ang palo. Wake up. We are bringing National University's name. Coach Francis knows the girls have the heart to win. But what can help the girls today is what Coach told them preparing for today's game, which was to treat everyone as equals, to treat opponents with respect. Buminan.
Tingnan niya kanina, do not underestimate anyone. Whether you think it's a perceived notion na baka mas mahina ang UE,
or kayang-kaya yung UE. In that case, in the first set, medyo tinakot din sila ng konti ng UE. I mean, dumikit yung UE. The score reached up to 26. And, you know, that just goes to show that UE can, you know, really challenge NU.
You know what I always say about underestimating opponents? It happens. You know, in sports, ganyan yan eh. It really happens. It's human nature to do that every now and then. Pero ang sabi ko nga lang dyan, ang may karapatan lang gumawa niyan yung mga nag-champion. Yung mga nag-champion na nakaramdam na being on top, they have a little leeway, a little parang may space to underestimate certain opponents. You know, the USTs, the LaSalles, you know, they've been champions for many, many years. And they have still players who have experienced championships in both schools. So if there are any schools who have the right, so quote-unquote right to underestimate opponents, it's probably those schools. Pero it's not the right thing, but it happens in sports. Pero kung ikaw yung mga katulad ka pa ng, let's say, mga Ateneo or National U, Adamson, na you're trying to climb up, you're trying to get to that level, wala ka pang karapatan mag-underestimate ng kahit sino talaga.
That's right. And you treat every game as if it's the last or
Yes.
it's like a championship for
Correct.
you.
Because the champion teams, like let's say the dominant teams in the past, the USTs in the past, the LaSalles of the last couple of years, you see them, they're beating their opponents 13-1, 14-0, you know, yung mga ganong team standing.
First technical
That's
timeout.
because they don't want to take anybody lightly. 8-5 lamang po ang UE dito sa first technical time. We are back with you. We are live here on Studio 23. Boom Gonzalez together with Ann Remulla, Jazz Reyes, and Steph C also reporting. They will be reporting even for the second game, which is UST and Adamson University. We're live on Studio 23. The replays on Balls Channel 34. And dito po tayo sa arena. So napaka maulang linggo ng hapon. Where did that come from? After all the heat that we've experienced.
For the Lady Warriors.
Major
number 6.
downpour.
It was good that it didn't rain yesterday, though,
Oh,
because
yeah,
of
but, football,
football
yeah.
game.
So congratulations also to the Askulls. A historic moment in Philippine football. And of course, that was caught on Studio 23. Replays this morning, I believe, on ABS-CBN Channel 2. More replays to come on Balls and on Studio 23 for Galaxy, LA Galaxy versus Philippine Askulls. Congratulations everybody behind ABS-CBN Sports for making that historic or broadcasting that historic moment in Philippine football. Kahapon din, napakaganda ng mga laro natin. Ateneo and LaSalle battling 4 sets as Mayron finding the corner doon. Napapangiti si Coach Francis dahil sabi niya mukhang aksidente yata yun.
But nonetheless, it's still a point. What they need right now is, you know, to get ahead of UE.
Number 7, Ria.
Of course, he's not happy with that point. Ang gusto niya yung sigurado eh. The last thing that you want is yung mga tsatsamba ka ng point eh. What you want is full control of the game.
Alam mo, yun yung napansin ko sa kanya nung laban against UP. UP only scored 6 points in that first set. Pero marami siyang mga kino-correct pa rin na ayaw niyang chamba-chamba. Gusto niya yung planado. Something that we've done. Something that was set up.
And I think, you know, most coaches, it's not just Coach Francis Vicente, pero lahat ng coach gusto niyan perfection. If you can execute as you've practiced it or during training, that's better. Kasi ang gusto mo, yung mas mataas yung porsyento.
At maging ugali, no, na lagi puro ganun. Combination play. Brita was able to handle that, and Nepomuceno sends it back for an offensive block. Height of Kai Nepomuceno just over the net. Basang-basa.
Team captain, Kai Nepomuceno.
She serves 8 serving 9. So we haven't heard much from Rosale here from UE. Nobody really standing out from the Lady Warriors. Bulan has had her chances.
Most of the sets really going to Nebrida, also Dizon. Not so much on Kite at this point, you're right.
Masangkay serving. And it's 10 serving 8. Nasungkit pa. Niyaganon yung bola. That's Caballero. Sorry, that's Jimberly Dizon.
She was under the ball, so, you know, just from the approach from her jump, he knew that it was going to go out.
9 serving 10.
Number 6, Cookie Saliban.
Sabi ni Ian Laurel nung game ng NU at saka UP, parang dumami yata yung patimbok ni Coach Francis.
Consumption.
Welcome to the UAP.
Of course, he's not new to you know, the
course.
UAP, but
From a coaching standpoint,
the pressure, of course, is very different.
Developing, and you know, there is a little pressure, especially for NU now with a new program, new, you know, there's a funds now for the school that they have been using for athletics and then the various sports programs. Sabi ko nga, no opening day, and volleyball really a serious business for the schools now. It's not a matter of competing anymore. It's not a matter of just being part or taking
12.
part.
Serving 9.
Schools like, we've seen in the last 3-4 years, Ateneo really stacking up their lineup. And now NU is doing the same thing. LaSalle maintaining the same. UST trying to also maintain the same competitiveness. FU trying to build from the ground up also after losing the Dakis era, the players in that era. But the volleyball is a serious business. And it's not about competing anymore. It's about winning now.
That's why everything gets a little bit more competitive when it comes to recruitment, when it comes to, developing your team.
Yeah, kumbaga, not yet, but they're getting to that basketball level of recruitment na bata pa lang, inaabangan na.
You know it's on its way there.
Yep. Off the block. That's a point for UE.
It's a check ball.
That's 13 serving 10 now.
13 to 10.
National U playing around with UE here.
Service number 11. UE, Faith Bulang.
Sarina Faith Bulan. New player for UE. Sharp serve. Byron will send it over. Free ball for UE. Dawis, that's under the block, so that's a net block.
The difference between NU and UE right now is most of the attacks coming on from the NU side is from the middle, but from UE naman, it's mostly just, high sets, outside hitter. They're unable to execute as much middle plays for Dawis and Quintero Sale.
Coach Francis with a stare down with Pablo.
Well, they've had quite a few service errors, a lot of services that went out.
That's a great serve.
That's an ace.
Coach
15
Francis is not happy
to
right
11.
now. He's going to press the timeout button. But it's 15-11, so we're all really approaching the technical timeout. Pero he preempts it. Let's listen to Coach Francis.
Okay? Technical timeout. 8. Sinabi ko, ang service ipasok lang. Ano bang problema? Hindi ba kayo makasunod? Bakit ka hinihingal? Okay, receive mo. Lagi kang gumaganyan. Sinabi na, i-open up mo yan. Bakit lagi ka nakaganyan? Lahat ng pinapractice nyo, puro list, lahat eh. Nagsasarili na naman kayo. Enyo!
Bulldogs!
15 to 11 is the score with the Lady Warriors.
Having
on
problems
top
with their
by 4.
first ball itong NU. Coach Francis showing them. Alam mo, meron tayong mga basics dyan pagdating sa reception. Hindi pwedeng habol-habulin ng mga kamay.
Especially if the serve is a floater, hindi ganun kadali.
Yeah, you have to have your legs underneath that. Okay, so referee's talking to the captains here. I wonder what this is about. 15-11. It is UE serving. So now,
Little advice from the first referee.
play will resume. It is
to both
Kimberly
team
Dizon.
captains.
Coach Francis expecting a much better service reception from his girls.
Let's see. Pomoceno.
Pomoceno, cross-court
Little top
shot.
spin on that one. Just right for that ball to drop.